Christian Hagedorn hat uns in einem einstündigen Livestream den Hardcore-Modus von Die Siedler Neue Allianzen vorgestellt. Dazu hat er eine mittelschwere Partie gegen 2 KI-Gegner auf einer Map gespielt, die euch aus der Beta bekannt vorkommen sollte. In den kommenden Die Siedler-News werde ich den Stream dann ausführlich auf die Punkte Hardcore, Skill und vor allem Gegner-KI kompakt für euch zerpflücken.
Which means, don't be afraid, Hardcore mode is just a mode, you can go in, you can play. In this case, we're gonna go with the 𝗦𝗏 and just go ahead, jump, start the mission.
So just for the viewers, everything could happen right now. we could lose at any time. We could restart the thing.
Yes.
Everything can happen.
And what's mostly important is this is really a mode that will challenge you in different ways, right? And because of this, we also enjoy and engage things in a different way. However, this is just the start of the map, and as people may notice, this is the map that they have played throughout the closed beta in the last year. This is the depths. So we're just going to do some similar things as anyone would have done back then. We're going to start with some buildings, and I'm sorry if I need to concentrate a little bit sometimes on the things I'm making, but we're going to give it a shot while also presenting.
It's the 4th stream you do. You should be perfectly prepared for everything.
Able to play and win at the same time. So, there are many things to notice in a game of hardcore mode. The first one, as we saw and we were prepared, these buildings together with the harbor will be locked from the start. Which means, we got some signal, but it's all good. Which means the hardcore mode will present the map in the same static way. However, what will change?
You need this.
Do I need this? Okay, I hope everything is working fine. Yeah, there's no way I can do this. Okay,
so
let's keep going.
I will hold it.
I think we will be fine. So, going back into the hardcore mode, what will be important of the map is that we notice that the resources that we find may be different than what we expect. It may be that under this mountain, instead of the classic iron and coal, there is something else to be found. So it is important to understand what the mission will be presenting to us. So, for example, let me grab some of my engineers right now and send them to claim in this direction, grab some others, and send them to explore this area. And not just that, what may be available in normal skirmish mode may be completely different also for the hardcore mode. And I don't mean just the resources, I mean also, for example, the bandits. In this case, we may have already found bandits stopping us from getting to this landmark. However, in this hardcore mission, they are not there. They are somewhere else. They are ready to kill me. So, not only does it stop at the bandits. Okay, I think we're good. Yes. Not only, I hope everyone is hearing everything fine. Not only are the bandits in different situations or the resources in different situations, it may be also that the landmarks have different challenges and offer different rewards. In this case, I'm able to trade 2 tools for 20 lumber, and that's amazing.
Enemy attack.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. Wits and courage may not always be enough in order to overcome any challenge. So,
even more coming.
We have learned that the AI, as Incursion was trying to tell me, is very happy to incentivize me to defend myself. So we are going to take the loss, accept the defeat, and just restart.
There you have it.
Once again, there's no punishment, there's no
fear.
fear.
You have it.
All you need to do is regroup, and then maybe apply one of our new rules, the rule number 2, part 2 of Way of the Hardcore. A strategy is useless unless it wins. I know this sounds simple, however, it also means that...
Teach me, senpai.
Perfect. It also means that the way you face or the way you build up in a hardcore challenge may literally vary from mission to mission. In this particular one, because I was warned about it from the loading screen, from the deployment screen, correct? That it was an incursion type of mission. It means that I can expect the enemy to be attacking me quite early. So, now that I'm prepared with that knowledge, and of course the interpretation of it, I order my engineers to build defensive structures as the first thing they do. Then I can feel secure about developing an economy behind it.
And also you put a decoy and then some defense tower behind it, right?
That is correct. I want to go into why I'm acting this way. So the fun thing about the army that attacked us, it was like 12 soldiers or so. those soldiers were sent by the AI just to hunt our engineers. So that was the disposable army the AI had at the moment.
Okay, I understand.
Which means if I don't prepare defenses like this, of course, I will be in grave danger. But it also means something else. If I don't nab those units and try to defeat them, they will just reinforce the main army that they're preparing to then come together as an attack.
Okay.
So the decoy will help me delay or stop any of their initial engagements with small amount of units. Decoy right now has a limit of 10 targets it can decoy, which means up to 10 units I am able to control in this situation, and the tower, once they are retained, will be able to destroy them as they come.
So let's hope they come soon.
Yes, well, you know what? I will let the AI run into this. So the reason I'm building the decoy and then the tower is because I want to capture those units first, then defeat them with the tower.
Yeah.
The AI is still an AI. It will be smart. If the tower was alone, they will see the tower and be like, nope, thank you. I'm going to go over there. In fact, it may be that those that are not grabbed by the decoy will still try to run away and then get put together with a bigger army and then come later for an attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think we're in a good pace.
Also, you...
Perfect. Perfect. I was just about to do something else, but I'm happy. Now, it is possible for us to manually trigger these towers.
Oh, they will run away.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? So I didn't get to capture everyone, but still I was quite successful at nabbing at least 1 million units, right? So then the Rangers will be the only thing surviving of this incursion party, and I will feel much safer.
Just quickly,
Yes.
from chat, can you slow down or speed up gameplay in-game?
You cannot slow down or speed up. However, there's something I want to talk later about. You can obviously just save. And indeed, just entering the in-game menu leads to an autosave. So if you want, you can even just continue from here.
Okay.
Or of course, you can have your own configuration of save games to say, okay, this is the time I try the strong strategy. This is the time I tried for economy and so on. Okay. So let's go with a continuation of our economic aspect, because I feel safe now within my borders, which is great. However, I still need to win this entire mission. And yes, the game, the AI can send an incursion normal soldiers that are unable to stop the decoy. But as soon as it learns about this, it will start the process of creating the order units, which will absolutely demolish my decoys and then run through me.
Which are strong against buildings, of course.
Yeah, and look at this. Okay, I don't know if people will catch this. However, this is the other enemy player. This is orange. And already the number is a little bit overwhelming. However, the tower is helping me, together with the decoy, to stop the normal soldiers. If there had been order units there, it probably would be over.
But this is an important aspect of the game, right? Because we are playing against, or you are playing against 2 AI players right now. So they could come from the north and from the south, right?
That is indeed correct. So this is the reason why I put this defense here. However, because the first attack was coming from the north, I started my strong defenses over there.
But you still would have to build a tower.
That's correct. However,
on the bottom part.
I've been not so diligent in explaining so much, so I'm a little bit behind on resources. However, I'm pretty sure we will catch up soon. The reason I threw in the double fish is to strengthen my basic materials production. As you can see, my planks are a little bit on the downside. And now that I see this enemy here, I'm a little bit worried. But I think we'll be catching them in time. Where are my units? Let's recall them. And move them away. Okay, very good. So the recall functionality allows you to save up in emergency moments a quick transportation to another building you have completed. This is important. You cannot just magically plop down a construction site and count it as defended. This has helped me save the time it would have taken the archers to get here. So now I can make sure that at least the strongest units die while they're busy with the decoy, and I can continue with my own expansion. But I really honestly think we are falling a little bit behind here. So I'm going to try to start. I need the combat to end first. I'm going to try to start to pick up the pace a little bit, because I'm afraid I will just end up losing. I think the first loss can be understood, but the second one will be devastating. Okay, so how can I improve my situation right now? Okay, those units are going to be defeated. I don't need to worry about the top ones. The towers will catch this. And as we defeat the last one, let's go with another tower right around here.
I'm very confident you will make it.
I want to think so too. But yeah, so I think we are safe here. I can jump with the notification. Yes, we grab them again.
Yep.
Tower will be fine. Of course. Now there is a problem in this when we go to long term. These are, again, I mentioned, these are the units the AI is considering disposable. They're trying to hunt for my engineers. So that means their unit production is already quite at capacity. I need to start catching up. And that's where, of course, the difficulty for this mission will come in. Because I cannot simply start creating units magically. I need to take care of this. So on the one hand, I'm going to push for a guild hall, followed by a toolmaker, so that we can make more engineers and we can also recruit some scouts. There we go. And see, they keep running away. And then they will
be back.
They will be back together with a bigger main army.
Okay.
But I think we will prepare for them. So what are the different ways to prepare for them? This is where rule number 3, or part 3 of our way of the hardcore comes in, and that is trust no opening. Any way you can be attacked, it can be found, and you will be left exposed. So this is the reason why we are closing down this choke point over here, and this is also the reason why I'm going to ask my engineers to be very, very brave, very bold, and expand towards the next choke point, so I can create new defenses and at least have 2 things in there. One, a situation where I can defend myself from enemy attacks, just like the current points are doing. And second, a fallback scenario in case I get defeated in my front lines. Right? So imagine if we had units or towers here and they get defeated, I can still run away temporarily to this point.
Yeah.
Because maybe the attack was successful, but it costed the enemy a lot of units. So in that case, I would still be able to defend successfully the attack at some losses, many more losses for the opponent at least, that's what we wish. And that would allow me to continue not just the expansion, but also my game, right? Because otherwise we will be lost.
And right now you are hoping for those guys there not to encounter any enemies, right?
All right, so on the one hand, of course, I could leave this up to luck. I could say, okay, you guys just claim here and we will see what happens. But this is the reason why I built this this scout that we're going to send over there. Not only is he going to give me front or an early warning of enemies to show up, but also what's more importantly is I can use him to distract the enemy forces. If they see him and start chasing the scout, I can send him on a round trip around the mountains, who knows? And that will earn me some time at least to send away my engineers, tell them to come back and so on. So we are going to go with a decoy over here.
Yes.
Yes, we are going to go for a decoy.
The envoys asked me to wait right here.
We're going to build this now. And we're going to tell these people to start claiming, to start surveying what is in the patch of ore here. This is exactly where the scout shines.
Yeah, the scout.
We noticed that there were units coming our way before than what they hit us. Of course, we don't need to worry about these ones. We are able to catch these ones. I think we get them all. Yes.
This is the good thing, that the scout is invisible.
Yes.
If he stands still.
And also if it's not on the way of the enemy. If they walk too close, the scout will be like, oh, sorry.
I'm invisible.
I'm a rabbit. But luckily for us, that was not the case. Our scout was able to survive. So we are out of stone, of course, because the toolmaker is taking them all. I'm going to pause the toolmaker and go back here where we can add a bastion. This is a tip we wanted to share. Let me think where I want to put this.
Resources found.
Here is going to be fine. Yeah. So this is a tip we wanted to share because there are buildings that will take up resources as a request on something that you may want to use immediately. Oh my god, I also didn't make residences. Doesn't matter. For example, the toolmaker grabs lumber and stone, which is very necessary for the rest of your creation. Pausing a building makes their input piles available for the system once again.
Of course, yeah.
So as soon as you pause, then whatever I had here became available. I was able to build a building that I needed at that point. But I am noticing right now I'm falling behind in multiple ways. And I see a group of enemies coming here. Let me see if I can distract them. We will see.
Enemy in sight.
I don't think...
Maybe he's too slow.
Yeah, I don't think these people will finish in time.
Taking aim.
I think I may have to ask these people to run away. Run away! So what happens if I shoot?
Resources
Ah,
found.
they don't like the odds anymore. Okay, so there's a reason why they're running away right now. I don't want them to kill the scout for free.
Standing by.
And that is that they know I can play keep away games with them. So in this case, what I could do is I keep shooting with my archers. If they try to engage, I run backwards. Then they have to face the towers. And if they then cancel the running backwards, I can pelt them with my archers again. So they very smartly decided, I'm not going to take part of this. I'm going to come back with all my friends, and you're going to see. However, by the time they want to do that, I hope I have all of my defenses built up. As I was mentioning as well, it is important to keep up with your economy because I need the materials for everything right now. We're trying to expand into a different position. We probably would have wanted a warehouse here, but I'm way too behind for this. So what I did now is I'm going to increase my production of stone. And most importantly, I did not build any residence. So 𝗔𝗹𝗹𝗲𝗿 hits me once again, as it's a classic of this channel at this point. I promise this doesn't happen when I don't stream.
Take it out every time this happens on stream.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually run out of idle units to carry my stuff around. And this is what we wanted to aim for. Right now, the AI doesn't have so many disposable units. However, what this also tells me is there's a force that is accumulating somewhere else.
Because they have a standing army right now,
yes,
right?
we will see. We will see if we can stop that one when it comes. But the knowledge already is quite helpful. Okay,
Our homes are under siege.
they're under siege. However, they should be fine. So let's start pushing for the production of some units because I don't just need to defend. I, of course, need to win the objective. And the objective lies
Beat the enemies.
hours ahead in the future because at the rate I'm going, I'm still quite very much in the defensive mode. But if I want to turn this around, then there's obviously something that I need to do. There goes the last one. Perfect. And that will start with my creation of my own army. This is why we're starting to expand in this direction. And most importantly, I really regret not having made the residences. That's the biggest stopper right now. Doesn't matter. Maybe we pause something. How are we doing with fish? Yeah, we ate all the fish. Okay, maybe we stop the food boosting here and here. We have sufficient logs. So wood is no longer a problem. Could temporarily pause this. I'm trying to think of ways in which I can liberate some of these people. But I think the creation of residences is the correct goal. So I'm going to focus on this for a bit. We may be a little bit delayed on our military unit production, but hey, we're playing, right? This is the basis of the game.
But is the enemy, or are the enemies right now enhancing their army while you are falling behind of things?
That is a beautifully brutal way to put it. But yes, that's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, just, you know.
And at this point, yes, these are basically just checks to see if my defenses are still up, if I did something different, if I move to a different place, or if they catch my engineers in the wilds. This is also why I expanded in this direction, because every time I tried in this direction, they found my engineers and they killed them. So I've learned my lesson.
The mode's called hardcore mode, not
Yes.
sleep mode.
Yes, that is indeed correct. So yes, it's actually me who fell asleep by not creating the correct buildings in time. I had a build order prepared and then I failed at delivering it. However,
Because
we are
I
catching up.
ask so many questions, right?
I obviously blame Kevin if I lose. I thank myself if I win. That's the way it has to be.
That's also the way of the hardcore, right?
That's a part 5. Blame Kevin for all your shortcomings. It's going to be great. So I think we're catching up. Having the double quarry is very helpful here. I will have to consider how to get more stone once I eliminate this resource gap here. But that's fine. I have a plan on how I can act towards that point when the time comes. However, I need to focus on the creation of military units now. And for that, we need a furnace. What are we low on? Stone? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to press. So, Scout, what can you tell me about the landscape? Because we still have... Oh, see, look at this. Is there an enemy here? No, good. Do I have someone empty? Idle? Yes. So we're going to send some units to check out what exists under this location. My guess, I wonder how I guess so well, is that it's going to be more units, more materials to recruit units. I won't be able to take them yet. Yeah, yes, iron and coal. I won't be able to take it yet, but if I were to do so, I would need to build a new choke point here and a new choke point defense, for example, here. So that means every time I want to advance my safety net, I can do so with defensive buildings, and once I have a moving army, which is what we're aiming for here, it will be a lot more fluid, and that's what we're aiming for. Let's go back here. We have the resources now. Make a furnace. Make a blacksmith. We are 3 stone short. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. You
Let's get to
two,
work.
stop what you're doing there.
Ready to
And in the
serve.
beginning, you said the landmarks enable us to build more buildings.
That is correct. So if I were to check over here,
Okay.
we can already
Bandit
see that
camp.
there is the bandit camps, yes. And the description of the mission stated that the bandit camps are the ones holding the different blueprints that we're missing. However, so we will be aiming for this, right? Our mobile army, once my defenses are secured, will be going in that direction. I'm so lucky that they haven't pulled their units yet. I mean, I am so well prepared that they haven't pulled their units yet.
Of course.
So we'll be preparing our mobile army in order to claim back those blueprints,
Yep.
so that then we can build, for example, the academy, which is ridiculously useful in hardcore missions because you need every unit to be as strong as it can be. So any type of progress that is permanent, that is for everyone at the same time, is way better than one more unit, which, as useful as it is, may not be enough to break through a difficult situation. So we can now push for the blacksmith. There we go. And
The
we will
envoys asked me to
prepare.
wait right here.
I kinda need to go for the warehouse plan soon. We will prepare for this here. Okay, I've left some room for the warehouse. I hope it's enough. I think I will see soon if I did things correctly. I'm really impressed at how much I forgot to build residences. But I was too excited.
So
Is it still a small attack? Yes, good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
good. We are
what I
fine.
just want. I have another question.
Yes.
That's what I just wanted to ask is,
Steady!
after all those small attacks
Yes.
from the AI, can there at some point be like one big attack and you struggle to you say, oh no, we lose again?
Yes, there can absolutely be such an occasion. I'm a little bit surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
But it probably means that they chose not to go for the other units yet, because otherwise they would consider that they can defeat the resources. The problem of this situation where they haven't attacked me yet means that they have in quantities a larger number than I have of army. And
Resources found.
They're
Wow.
just like, okay,
that was very lucky.
never mind what you're doing.
I'm very lucky that they haven't noticed what that guy is doing. Maybe they didn't care enough. Especially, maybe
they know how
consider-
big their army is. Because
Maybe-
of that, they don't care.
Maybe they're actually expanding to that location. So for them, it's just like, yeah, you're discovering my resources. Thank you very much. Oh, that's going to be terrible when it happens. Okay, so let's go back to the toolmaker. We unpause this, correct. Oh my God, another thing I forgot I wanted to do. Depending on the mission, of course, there will be different tools available to you. And in this particular case, the tool maker would like to have some berries for food. And we had berries all along, all the time.
Resources found.
However, I blame now the AI for having distracted me correctly
Oh, not me. I'm so lucky.
in order to create that. Okay, so we want to push for food. I should have. I really think my build order was good until I stopped doing it. So we're gonna
Until
go.
it was not.
Yeah, until it was not. That is correct. I wanted to have already some food harvesting here because, you know what, maybe it's too far over there. Because there's actually game in this area. That's actually why I wanted to secure this area, which is great. Okay, so we're gonna use a hunter
So
here.
impressed to see an expert at this game, you know.
Thank you. That didn't sound sarcastic at all. It's all in good.
Just making fun.
Yes. So what's really difficult is, of course, trying to keep all of the cool things that you want to do in a normal game in mind, while also explaining the concepts of what affects your minute-to-minute action. Let's go for more residences here. And at this point, we have reached, once again, however, at a better position, the Siedler manga. So once again, I would like to stop ordering so many things at the same time. What are you? Logging camp? No. I'm aiming to liberate some units so that I am not burdening my carriers with so many tasks at the same time. The balance between the amount of new buildings that you put out and expansion attempts that you're trying to do versus the effort that it takes all of your carriers to keep up with the occupation really has to be considered almost at all times. And ideally, I should have a lot more residences. That is true. However, there was a slight mistake in the calculations. So I'm just going to drink a little bit of water. Pretend that it wasn't my fault. Okay. And here is one of the things we were talking about. I was expecting to find here more weapon materials. However, what I found is actually the opposite. We found a place of stone. I think there should be another one in here. And 2 sources of gems. So I can use for the future the knowledge that there is this.
So in this hardcore mode, on this map, you can't open a map and see what is inside?
Not always. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Because the maps that we are showing are for the normal mode, the skirmish mode. In hardcore,
like we did in the first stream.
Yeah, that's correct. In hardcore, things may just be different. So, oh wow, I clicked that mistakenly. Let's move back. Are we ready to recruit our own army? Yes. Good. Then we're going to start with this.
So how are the chances we win this on stream right now?
Win the mission? 0. That one I can answer with absolutely no problem because I also did not calculate for that either. The mission, not only does it take time for me to recover from the situation that I put myself into,
of course,
it also requires me to go defeat the bandits, which we will try to do. That's my one promise. And I will need some.
So that's the goal for now.
That is correct. Did I make a mistake here? No, I did good. It's just too far away from a warehouse which we are building right now. Okay, good. I am predicting correctly what the problems will be in the future. I'm catching up. So we will try for that. But as soon as we do that, of course, new dangers will show up, and I will have to deal with those. Once I stabilize from those, can I then start to look for my opponents to then eventually go through their bases and defeat them? So in itself, the mission easily can take me a few hours. We've had people play 4 hours straight in this mission, including myself. I went like 3 hours easily.
Okay.
And that's also what we wanted to highlight of how important and how different hardcore missions are. When in skirmish, you can expect a more normal type of pace of 1 hour, 1 hour 15, as we said before. In hardcore missions, the number can vary widely. There could be very quick missions where you're assailed by opponents. There could be time missions where you have an obvious limit to the time. Or there could be extremely difficult missions that include multiple enemies, even up to 4. There are resistance missions, I think that's the type that's called, for 4 players that if you fight them alone could take you some time. Let's put it in a mild way like this. And one of the things we wanted to highlight as well is not just the variety of missions that you can face in hardcore, it's also the type of engagement that you have if you are going alone. So right now I am going alone, and there's something I can do, which I will call as Way of the Hardcore Part 4. Be prepared for anything, just save the game. It's easy to forget that, of course, saving is a function in the game. However, it is quite important to know that there's a backup point you can just load back into once you have depleted your forest, for example. But luckily, I still have a good amount of wood. So where are my engineers? Let me find someone here. There. So you are going to claim the last bit of forest over here. Now I have liberated this area from forest. I can not have enough logs. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. I can, at the very least, even if I don't have any more expansions in the future, even though I already do, I can ensure that logs will not run out. This is where the forester comes quite in handy.
The regrowing forest.
That is indeed correct. Is this the big attack?
No.
I am both surprised and also a little bit sad that we cannot show it.
Oh, sad.
Because it will be quite big. In fact, you know what? I'm going to keep preparing because it will happen the last
So bring out the big guns.
I don't
enemies.
expect it. Yes. Okay, so we're going to continue with this here. And now we're going to recruit some archers as well.
Duty calls.
Are we boosting with food? No. What is happening with you? You are hunting correctly. This is also a small group. Sometimes I want to cheat just to show how many units are around with the enemy in sight. Okay, so the hunters are hunting. That is correct. Okay, we do have a good influx of bows. That is great. And finally, where's the 2 enemy units? Okay, they're running away. I get it.
Well, they're standing, right?
These have no hope. They are healers, and there's just nothing else to heal. So I'm gonna try to go catch them. Now I see yet another enemy
Small
incursion.
group. Just a small group.
I wonder if they have missed where my engineers are, because they are all hiding behind defenses. So they keep trying to push for that direction. Okay, you know what? I'm pretty sure it will happen. And if it doesn't, then maybe we'll get to show it as we push out. Because, of course, we will try that too.
Yeah, and we want to clear the bandit.
That is indeed correct. Okay. So, residences.
Maybe they are just hesitant. They know who's playing, you know?
Oh, thank you. But they didn't do that last time. They had absolutely no problems with killing me. Okay. Yeah, the healers now no longer have an ally to heal. They run back. Good. Oh my god. Okay, so we are gonna accumulate a few more soldiers. I would like to change to shields. I would like to fill this place as well. Furnace. And did we run out of stone? Yes, we did. Stop the toolmaker. We have sufficient tools for now. Let's go for another blacksmith. Okay.
The blacksmith building looks so cool.
Of course. When we have a minute, we can show.
Absolutely.
There's always the beautiful procedure, and fitting with the architecture of each of the factions really makes a difference. Is that a tiny totem pole? That's so beautiful. At this point, I'm not even afraid of the enemy. Maybe saying it will jinx it.
I know. I sensed some more relaxed playing here.
Yes. I've been quite surprised at them not doing their big attack yet. I wonder if I defended too preemptively, which I guess is totally possible. And even my scout is chasing out these healers.
You go away!
Yeah. Well, the poison was very efficient. Okay, so let's hide you back. We're gonna put you here. And now we're accumulating our army. We're gonna engage the bandits here at the south, at the southern bandit camp. There we go. We can use words.
Do we see which building is being unlocked?
We will absolutely see. We cannot know beforehand, but of course you can test out, save, and then go back.
Yeah, of course.
But let's see. You know what? I think I would like a few more warriors though. So let's start the warrior production. I don't want to engage yet. I feel a little bit unprotected because, as the level has warned me, as soon as I unlock a new building, or one of the buildings, there will be a repercussion. There will be a reinforcement coming for the enemy.
And I forgot. I completely forgot that.
Yeah, I would like to make sure this doesn't destroy my settlement right away. But it will be important to prepare for it. And that's why I need some warriors. The way the system for the soldiers work, for the basic soldiers, which is right now the only thing I can build because I cannot expand further without any of these engineer hunters trying to nab my units, is that there's 3 types of soldiers. They're very basic. However, it's understandable that the archers are good at killing warriors, the warriors are good at killing guardians, the guardians are good against archers. It's a difference between the health and the damage that they provide, and it leads to a point where a balanced army is good at fighting a balanced army. And if you invest all in into one type of them, you may have an advantage against someone investing all in into the weaker type. So it is important, as I am preparing for what is to come, especially against bandits where you know their composition is usually quite mixed, to prepare a mixed army of your own. And already having 13 archers makes me feel quite safe, but I know I want some heavy hitters with the warriors. There we go. And I need to keep up with the residence making. I know I have quite some units now, but I feel like I am missing engineers. So let's go with that. Still not the big attack. I'm so surprised. They did it every other time, of course. But when you're alive,
I'm
things
really,
don't show up as you predicted.
You know, to be very honest, I'm really looking forward to the heavy attack.
Yeah. It will happen as soon as I go out to kill the bandits.
Yeah.
I think that's what we all can expect. Okay, so we're going to start claiming in this direction. We're going to ask one of them to bring the tools to
there are some enemies below.
You know what? I think we can check. Do we have the cooldown on the scout? No, it's not up yet. Like, there's a unit escaping here. Honestly, if they have this territory already, I would be like, knew it.
But they haven't, I think.
No, not this one. Yes. But the fact that this red unit is coming from the location where my friend would have spawned, as we can see here, really indicates that all of this is probably danger. Like, otherwise they would have just gone through the center, right? So I'm gonna fall back here. Oh, AI, you're a bit too late. I saw you super early. Oh, I'm so happy I got to see this. Cool. It would have come as a surprise, however, we can now see that now that this disposable army, the tiny attacks can get a little bit larger as time passes.
I just want to say this is a semi-big
This
attack.
is not
this
even
is not
big,
the big
right?
attack, right?
This is not the big attack.
Okay.
But now what used to be the tiny scouts added a few more. So these consider already that they can engage my forces and they would be correct. However, I fall back to my defenses and I feel safe once again. And most importantly, I will try to activate the decoys to see if we can grab anyone before they run away. And now with their defenses, it's still
crush
this
you.
is the scouting party, and that's what's really crazy. But it's okay. Maybe if we keep threatening them like this, they will find a good reason to go in with their bigger army. And maybe
You want to lure them, right?
that would be ideal, because oh my god, no, it still was small parties. Okay, you know what? We're gonna push.
Yeah.
We have a quite unique opportunity where my territory is safe, and that's one of the bigger conditions. I'm gonna make another save game. Not that I'm predicting anything bad to happen here. But it will be important to have a fallback in case things don't go quite as expected. I'm starting to see, okay, these units are just spreading out. My poor, no, run away. You can do it, Tiny Scout. They found him. And he did. That's okay. My army is busy over here. We are going to liberate this. Okay, so engagement with bandits, not problematic because we have more units, we have a good composition, and as we can see, we are just deleting them. We will get some rewards already here. This will be good for my infrastructure. It's food for everyone. But as soon as I do so,
what about the
enemy reinforcements have arrived.
Blueprint?
So, two things at the same time.
Yeah.
First, there are enemy reinforcements that will be coming our way. So we're going to start falling back.
So they are coming to this place.
That is correct. They know where I am, of course. So the whatever has spawned will be coming in my direction. So I will be preparing to move backwards, and we will try to defend in that situation. Or maybe I can cut them off.
But now, what about the blueprint? You
That's
still
an
have to
excellent
go
question.
and get
you know
it,
what?
right?
We're going to use the recall to start from here. We're going to eat this party in the meantime. And what's the blueprint we unlocked? Not the harbor. The academy. Oh, look at how perfect that is. So we're going to build the academy, and now we can finally start doing our researches.
Right.
We can start pushing for bigger construction sites, bigger advantages, and eventually push our enemies out. I'm going to even push this out. Where is their territory? I'm really surprised about this playthrough. It has been not what I expected. Okay, as we can see here, there are enemy reinforcements that are also what we call crown, or bandit bosses in this case, which, as you can see, do not care about the opponents right in front of them. So my army is trying to chase these other ones. At this point, this boss, which I don't want him to reach my settlement, is just simply dispatching my army almost in one hit.
Yeah.
So we will continue spawning as many units as possible because we want to stop them. However, as we can see, basically half the health.
He's so strong,
Yeah. Half the health is all I could take out with my initial strong army. So, and this is just one of them. I really don't know where the other one is. You know what? All of you should run away.
I think you went to the bandit camp, maybe.
Duty calls.
We just
maybe. Okay, so let's ensure at least that our reinforcements are coming in. We fell back, and now we are under siege again. I think there was bye. So here is where the other boss is, but we are also prepared in this region. We're gonna start here. Damn, the decoy is triggered already. What's the timer for it? There we go.
He doesn't care.
Oh God, he doesn't care.
I don't give a damn about your decoy. I'm gonna destroy you right now.
Can we get to him?
Now this is the fun part.
Oh my God.
I like it. I really like it.
Okay, now that I killed all the units, he says, now I can start. No, he doesn't care. Okay, as soon as units are in range, he is able to destroy. Still, he has to torch through things, and that's not gonna work out. So, what we're gonna do right now is see how can we regroup out of this, because this is the cool thing. Absolutely nothing has gone as planned. Which I think is one of the cool indicators of being prepared, trying to do your best, and then adapting to the circumstances. Right now, I have several options. I can rebuild my entire army, which is already happening, of course. I can push here for more meat to be used. And more importantly, I have now one more tool compared to before, which is the academy. Now, with the academy, I can make all of my engineers faster. I can progress from here. It's easy to see that I could maybe come back, but maybe it's not necessary for me to suffer this way, right? Like, this is not, it's hardcore, but it's not Iron Man. So I'm able to say, you know what, that did not go like I planned. No, not the...
No, confirm.
No, confirm. Genius move. See, the not as planned extends to every area.
Absolutely. But this is why I want to show it today, right? The hardcore mode is just something different and something new.
So I would like to try something different just to show that we need to load correctly the manual save that I made. Very good. Just to show that not only are there different vectors to engage into what can you do about your enemies, what can you do about your position, it's also important to understand that it's fair to fail. Right? Like there's no problem behind it. It is fine to say, you know what, that did not work out. I'm not gonna do this attack against the bandits, at least not yet. So I'm gonna recall here, find this tiny enemy group that was a struggler left over. Now I'm gonna go try to engage against the enemy. Like I see, oh no, my scout. I couldn't save the scout. I loaded and he still died. I'm the worst. So now we can try to see what happens if we engage the enemy, right? Because after all, the objective is not to unlock all of your blueprints. Those would help you engage the enemies. It is more about, okay, kill the enemies with the bad situation that you're in. And we're going to see what happens when we try to go in that direction. And look how confident I am fighting against the 3 soldiers there.
So you could win the thing without triggering the reinforcements at all, right?
That's technically possible. However, it may be quite complicated.
We just saw what reinforcements triggering means.
That is correct, yes.
For our game.
So, I think, and I'm trying to understand here why the AI did not decide to do a bigger attack. They did not expand in my direction, which means they didn't feel threatened in their territory, which means they didn't feel the need to send all of their forces right away. And that's why they have split their forces in this way. But now that I see the enemy territory here, we will start seeing a bigger trickle of their defensive army. Because, of course, the enemy wants to defend their own territory, be aware of what's going on around them, and so on. So we keep moving through this. And this is one of the features that we can also highlight as part of our strategies. Salt lakes, in this case, which is this entire area, prevent healing. And as such, when the enemy brings healers, if you fight within the salt lakes, then they won't be able to heal, right? So that's one of the cool additional strategy layers you can think about. It also means that if we stay still, we don't have our passive region, but that's okay. We are on a mission. We want to explore what the enemy has to offer in order to stop us. And we know already from normal skirmishes where the spawning points of enemies are, and that's a big problem. And this is exactly what we mean. I am capable of destroying this if I throw all of my units into a suicidal mission and maybe get something out of it. But there's maybe more I can do. Oh my god, they even built here. That's great. I can try to go around. I can try to see if there's, for example, this area that they didn't prepare for. You know what? I'm going to check. But what is for sure is that every time I play even this mission, even if we restart it right now, we would find a different scenario of how the opponent has moved and what to expect. I have had moments where the AI claimed all the way to here and was confronting me right at my doorstep, and I thought, yeah, I cannot deal with that. So it is over time that I have learned the different ways I had to deal with them. And this is also why maybe it kind of looks a little bit easy, if you want. It's because I have failed so many other times that I know now what to do. So let me see, not with you. Send a guardian that is full health into the towers. No, don't go. We lost too many. And I know how to also engage with defenses without the need of order units when we are dealing with situations like this. So I'm going to try to go up and see if we can find the enemy once the decoy is done. Okay, that looks good. Come on, there we go. So while the decoy is recharging, our units can move forward. I will be taking the hits from the towers. And now, why are they so afraid of me? I really don't know what they are doing right now. So what could have happened, of course, is that while I'm trying to attack their defenses, they either have an army ready, to stop me. However, I think our tactic was just too efficient. Like, they ended up having fewer units in defense of their forces, but they did build defenses. Okay, so the good thing is we get to show how thoughts can evolve. On the one hand, we did correctly the pulling of enemy units in order for their bigger army not to be able to accumulate all the escapees that we saw. So that worked well. However, if I try to avoid the problematic of the enemy bandits, then I meet these defenses, which are technically killable with my normal units, but it would be amazing to have the order units. So I need to think, what is better for me to try to overcome this conflict right now with my normal soldiers, which could be costing me maybe a lot of time or a lot of units, or should I try to engage the enemy bandits and prepare in a different way? Maybe I create an arc of towers ready to kill that one boss that literally took on my entire army. So the cool thing is, at this point, I have shown you one possibility of how to engage into this hardcore mission, but the solution of what you find best or what everyone at home finds best is really up to everyone. And of course, if you have a friend, then the situation changes again. The AIs consider each person separately, and then you have to engage in different ways. So all in all, this is just one of the missions. Another mission I wanted to show today is about obtaining 10,000 gold within a time limit while other challenges are coming in. They're economy-based. There's another mission that is akin to a tower rush defense where waves come in your way. Hardcore mode offers many different possibilities for many different types of players, especially those opportunities of fighting 4 AIs at the same time, which may have been a different choice for today, just to show how many units can accumulate in a single point, could have been the possibility we go for. However, in this case, we are going to take this as a temporarily cut in what we wanted to show of hardcore, and knowing that there is plenty more hours behind what I just showed, I would have had to engage with the bandits that especially unlock the academy and the order units, then find the resources, expand myself until a point where I feel safe again, and then go back and destroy all of those towers that were getting in the way. So the amount of things that you have to do for hardcore missions may end up in the same position at the end of it, but to get there, you may have to start completely different. This mission, for example, had us almost the same as a regular game, except made it the defenses at the start. Other missions, sometimes it's not even worth building defenses at all, because it's not about the attacks. You know what, it doesn't matter. I was just about to say, yeah, that other mission, but of course, you at home don't know each map. You will have to explore on your own. There are missions where the gates to reach other people are not behind bandits, but are behind actual toll booths. So you have to pay a certain resource in order to continue expanding.
Very interesting.
And then, yeah, go on. So yeah, I think the variety that we offer with hardcore mode is really what shines a highlight in the mode itself. In campaign, you know what to expect. In skirmish, you know what to expect. In hardcore, every day may
You
change.
don't. Absolutely.
I mean, you get a warning. That's
right.
as fair as we will
And
get.
also, you can like select the difficulty you want to play and the mode,
That is correct.
the
Yes.
hardcore mode version you want to play. Right. So that's it for today. Thank you very much. There won't be a stream next time, but
That is correct. So this is the last stream before our release date. So all our efforts right now will be focused on, of course, polishing as much as we can of it. But of course, who knows what we'll talk about after release.
Yes.
So we are hoping everyone stays tuned for more news. We will be contacting everyone through social media, through our normal channels. But streams-wise, this is indeed the last one before release. Very
yes,
important
which
to know.
is February 17th.
That
and
is correct.
from then on, you can play hardcore mode yourselves and prove that you are worthy for whatever comes your way.
And please make residences. That's just every time I forget.
Yeah, in the first stream you forgot too.
Thank you for noticing. That's super good of
I
you.
just wanted to put it out there.
So thank you all very much for
Yes.
watching.
Thank you, Chris, for playing, for showing what we can do with the hardcore mode. Thank you for watching.
Gladly. Until
And,
we see each other next
Yes,
time.
and enjoy the Settlers' New Allies. Bye.
Bye-bye.